The world is mine.
A beautiful shoe is an instant transformation. It's always like a theatrical gesture. A woman puts the shoes that she wants to be for herself, amuse herself. Secondly, maybe amuse the friends or the husbands or whatever, but shoe is like instant transformation. Yes, I always say the same thing. It's like a theatrical thing. Oh my God, I have a period that I just go crazy for it. 18th century shoes, I go mad for it, yes. You ever been to the Carnavalet Musée in Paris? Oh, they have a collection of beauties, total beauties. And it's a miracle, the silk, the proper silk is still in such a wonderful condition. And the beautiful shapes, the lightness of it. And then it was beginning of the 20th century. There was a great man called Yanturni. Used to do very much follow the trend of 18th century shoes. And then in the 50s you had Monsieur working for Dior, Monsieur Vivier, Roger Vivier. But Vivier shoes were very pointy and very uncomfortable. And they last for a while, but it was too much another time. And I don't like repeat all the time things. But I love the shoes. I like 18th century shoes, yes. I always keep repeating myself, but it was very shocking to see this extraordinary, she's quite a lady, a certain age now, is an actress called Raquel Welch. So beautiful fit. I mean, so soigné, so well groomed. The proportions like almost like a Phidias or Praxiteles type of, for me. And years ago, they gave me some kind of award, American Fashion Council. And suddenly I saw a shoe on top of my table with a friend of mine, Eric Baumann, and it was Raquel Welch. He said, "You love my fit, here we are." On top of the table. It was a wonderful story. I don't know how to explain it shortly, but this is wonderful. And she said, "You love my fit." "Yes, I do, madam." "Yes, yes." Bath is like a non-ending love affair. I was thinking just now that the first time I heard about Bath was, of course, Madame Austen, Jane Austen, in nearby where I am, and in that is the beginning of this kind of love affair with Bath since I was a boy. And then I came here by accident in 1981. And I never left. I found his house by miracle. The men say, "We're not trying to sell." We went to have a look. We came here for the, I think it's 81, I'm not sure. The designer of the year, and we did the shoes for the designer of the year. We came with Grace Cottington from Vogue. And we walked around in the morning, nothing to do, and we walked around the squares, the crescents, and we walked up. And I saw the house that I always loved, imagine in my mind. And I went down there. I was the gentleman with a big parrot on his shoulder. And I thought, I like that kind of people. We went there and said, I'm not sure. We put it on I think it's Andrews. It's like a state agent. We saw it first there. And then we walked and we saw the house. The house was my house. And it was my house. I convinced him, I don't even know how, but and 3 weeks later, he called me and said, "Yes, you're going to have your house. I heard your father was Czech. I love Czech women." It was like a very eccentric gentleman. And then we talk, and is that what you want to know? Because I mean, I can go on for days, and you never understand. Indeed I do. Indeed I do too much change. I mean, in a day I have 5 moments of inspiration. Now I've just been doing, I don't know, botanical shoes because I have the plane tree in front of me. So it's in a whim, yes. I never think too much about doing something. Oh, anywhere, to tell you the truth. I mean, most of the time in hideous planes, which is the most horrendous and unglamorous way of wasting your time. But I do have that kind of, there, in that horrible environment, I do get inspiration, yes. The last few weeks I've been doing over-the-top things, and now I'm starting to edit most of them, and possibly I'm going to end up with very little of this 30-something, 300 and whatever, 30 shoes. Eventually I will do that. It's that process of elimination till you find something which is commercial, I have not repeated myself, or whatever. But I never follow what other people do. That is one of the things that my rules. In fact, I'm a contrarian. I do whatever is different from what's going on. The decadent shoes, I don't even know how to catalog decadent shoes. What do you mean, like embroidered with wonderful? This is just not the time for do decadent shoes, I don't think so. I think it's kind of rather horrid to say that we do decadent shoes. But I do, I mean, I did wonderful things for Dior with kind of sable in line with this emeralds and things like that. So that is not the time to do things like that, but I did, so I'm guilty to have done that. Oh God, I'm not that radical. In fact, I do have a kind of hate of this kind of disproportioned shoes with huge platforms and huge heels, which you can find that always in Los Angeles in those funny shops that, I don't know, strippers and in the 50s and 60s, always there, those shoes. It's never left. And now they're just like the rage, but I don't think so. They're just going down now, finished. But I hate those shoes. I don't know why. The volume is wrong. Even if you have the most exquisite legs, those shoes are just like the daughter of Frankenstein or whatever. It doesn't work to me. Maybe you like them, I don't. Before I had this broken tendon, I used to just, at the factories, I used to just test if the comfort was there, if the center, the tense point. I used to do that, but now we have so many women, I don't have time to do it. We go bigger and bigger, but I used to when I was younger, yes. It's the only way to do it, to know how to walk properly, and not that I did walk properly, but